Well,
What?
you don't got some smart shit. This is where you usually insult me. You know, got nothing to say?
No, I'm just here to watch this time.
Real? Okay, well, I appreciate that. What's up, everybody?
Dumbass.
There it is.
Couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect. Before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, everybody? We are back. Thank you for tuning in once again. The weekend is here. It is Saturday. We done made it. And we're here to check these damn buttons. Thank you guys for showing so much love on the last video where I got to interview Gutex. It was a pleasure doing that. I still haven't figured out what we're gonna do with the rest of the footage because, like I was saying earlier, that interview was almost 2 hours long. So, I mean, as you saw, we only posted like 20 minutes of it. So I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing with the rest of that footage. But anyway, so with that being said, we definitely got some hot topics to talk about today. Also, some hot clips. Ladies and gents, we're about to get it all. Without further ado, hope you guys are having a good weekend because I am. We also got some UFC fights tonight, man. I'm hyped. But anyway, without further ado, let's go.
いいね。食ってる。いいね。
美味しい。やめんばいいよ。
いいし。はい。
はい。
はい。
はい。ブロリー1ゲージだよね、多分。いや、ブロリー1ゲージ。ブロリー3ゲージね。
減ってから。
あ、確かにこいつ1ゲージやばい減るんか。よっしゃー。ナイスナイスナイスナイスナイスナイスナイス。よっしゃよっしゃよっしゃ。関東の勝ちだよ。よーし。
時点で最強なんですよ。
おーっと。さあ、
そう、ブランカが強いって言われてる一つにですね、このブランカからガイルが1回で変身できるっていう。
なるほどね。
ブランカでチャンスを作ってガイルで終わらせるっていうパターンがあって。
リオデジャネイロからダラスまですぐに行けるってことですね。
そうですね。
さあ、ソニック、ソニック、ソニック、ソニック。南米から北米まですぐに行けるぞ。
チャンスメイクがちょっと強いんで、そうです。開幕ブランカが強い。
削りをさま。
Bro, the screen is shaking when he does that. Is he using like a hitbox or something? Bro, the screen is shaking when he does that. Is he using like a hitbox or something? How do you teabag that fast?
And now into the first set of buttons that need to be checked. Ladies and gents, this one starts with the infamous Prince Panther. The NRS community has been very vocal about this situation. It has blown the hell up within the recent few days, especially the recent last week. A lot has been going on, so I'll catch you up to speed real quick. I'm gonna put this man's profile on the screen. He goes by the name of Prince Panther. He's from Saudi Arabia. He's CEO of Prince Panther, so he actually created his own team just a few months ago. His team, this is all only like his existence in the community, his impact, I should say, in the community has been just with this whole COVID thing popped off, so only about 3 months. All right, so basically this gentleman has been investing or spending a lot of money in the community, throwing his own tournaments, whatever he feels like, mainly fighting games, you know what I'm saying? He would make videos and announcements that this is the pot, this is the prize pool, he has his own players. Then the other day, before any of this, like, you know, drama popped off or anything like that, he made an announcement saying it's sad it's come to this, but he's going to be dipping out of the community and going into other communities. Everybody responded. It was nothing but love for the most part. I really didn't see any hate. A lot of people were like, thank you, champ. Thank you for so much. The impact that you have done, especially with COVID, because, you know, there wasn't a lot going on in COVID, has been amazing. So thank you for the support. He actually then saw that and responded with another video saying,
all right, guys, let me just get right to it. I just wanted to say thank you so very much for every single person who commented, man. Wished me all the best. You guys are just fucking awesome, man. You guys are amazing. Every single one of y'all. You're just fucking amazing, bro. So I just wanted to say thank you, man.
So anyway, at this point, and literally this was just like a week ago, it seemed to be nothing but love. Until then, all of a sudden, it looks like there was a little bit more light, I should say, shed on the situation. So another player by the name of MF Slayer, which a lot of people are familiar with this dude, basically saying he was frustrated with Prince Panther, and it kind of connects once he talks about it. But anyway, this is it. I'll read a bit of it. So he posts this saying, with how much I've been grinding on my stream and shedding a positive light on the community, I hate to come out with anything like this, but I have to tell the whole story. Since the beginning, Panther was a bright light on the NRS scene, coming out with events and bringing hype that our game very much needed at the time. Things were going great. He offered me the first player on the team, or to be the first player on the team, Team Panther, and even made a tweet about it. I would be getting $600 a month for a year and $1,000 sign-on bonus. He also told about how to get his team equipment for streaming, so how we can all as a team grow our content and as individuals help us build our brands. He ended up sending me a 6-month contract for $500 a month and set up a call to make sure I kept hush-hush about it so no one on the team or in general would feel some sort of way. So I was okay with this because I planned to really give content a shot and knew that $500 would be a huge help. But about 3 weeks of being signed and not getting a PC, which he had changed the date on me multiple times when he was going to send the money for it. Long story short, weeks passed and I hadn't been streaming, to be frank, because I was embarrassed about my shitty try-hard PS4 stream. Panther ended up setting up a call and elaborated on how I hadn't been doing much for the team stream-wise, Twitter-wise, and that was nothing personal, but my new contract would be 3 months at $400 a month and no sign-on bonus, compared to a year with a $600 and 1K sign-on bonus. To make up for it, he promised he was going to be giving the entire team $250 sign-on bonus for the following months. Halfway through the 3-month contract, he then posted in the group chat that at the end of the 3 months, he was going to drop 4 out of the 7 of us and replace 4 with new talent. I felt this was so wrong because not only had he not helped the guys with their brands or content, he never gave them the $200 a month for their events to help build their brands like he promised. All right, so what I'll do at this time, I'll keep posting the rest of this on the screen as I talk about it. Basically, what he's saying is there was a contract, it was changed before it was even expired. A lot of things that were promised didn't come to light, and as of right now, they've been waiting 1 to 3 weeks after the payment date just to get paid. He also goes on to say that a lot of players are afraid to say anything, even though they're talking to each other or whatever, because they're in fear of not getting paid. They're afraid that he's just going to dip from the scene and not give them the money that he owes. Now, I can kind of, I'm not saying 100%, I can kind of vouch for this because some people have reached out to the channel here on Button Check and also said some of this story, but also asked to be kept anonymous because they didn't want to stir the pot. And I get that. You know, when it comes to your money, when it comes to your livelihood, you definitely want to speak out. I mean, look at this whole Tekken Master thing that happened, right? He even said himself, they won like what, a year ago or some shit like that, and none of them got paid. But we're talking big money, man. We're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, that those players deserved. Those players won, never got paid. They waited over a year basically to speak because they just didn't want to stir the pot or piss off the wrong people. But now they're finally speaking out. So I get that. The reason why I make that comparison is players do that. There's a lot of players that will keep quiet because they just want to be paid and they don't want to like scare somebody off or fear that they say the right thing or wrong thing and offend somebody. All right, so as you can imagine, people speak out. Like it becomes a shit show, right? A lot of players are like, this is bullshit. I even saw Sonic Fox post like, this guy seemed shady from the beginning. A lot of people were like, this was always too good to be true because he comes out of left field. Nobody really knew who this guy was. He came out of left field. He started throwing money around, and you know, a lot of people, you know, some people actually benefit from it. But another thing I noticed is it wasn't one of those things like you usually see where people are just silent or the org makes a brief statement. Prince Panther was actually very vocal and responded to a lot of people, basically calling them haters, or basically a lot of it was, the theme was, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea because I'm the one in charge here running the numbers. And a lot of it came down to, he said it was payment process issues. You know, it was something on my side. When you're having this much money, when you're paying out this much money through PayPal, tens of thousands of dollars, there's going to be some delays. Now, other people say, okay, we get that, but what about the fact for the lack of communication? Because a lot of players claim that when they tried to contact him, he said he was on vacation, or he simply didn't respond after 3 weeks to a month. So therefore, you got all these players saying, you know, it's about time we talk about this because we're kind of feeling scammed. Now, on Prince Panther's side, he's like, how am I a scammer, y'all? If you think about it, I'll post a tweet right here. He's like, I basically invested all this money in the NRS scene when I didn't have to. I haven't got a dime. And if anybody that knows esports in the FGC, you know, as of right now, there's not really a correct or good way to make avenue, I should say, to make money in the FGC. So I don't feel like Prince Panther, now this is just me assuming from the facts that I'm getting here, I don't think he actually was getting money from the NRS scene like that. I think he was investing his own money for whatever reasons he had. So in that sense, I don't really think we can call him a scammer of money. But in the other sense, I think where this word scammer is coming from, because players like Tekken Master, and once again, Tekken Master is not a part of this story. He has his own situation, you know, where this huge tournament did not pay the players. Some were owed like 60,000 and all these big numbers, right? Never got paid. So in that sense, the word scammer is, you know, a lot of people have worked a job, played a gig, been promised certain amounts of money and never got that money, you know, even if it was a regular job. And then such and such powers that be said, oh, we'll give it to you here, we'll give it to you there. And you never get that money. And you might get it 5 months, 6 months down the road, but you didn't get it when it was promised to you. And sometimes you never get it at all. So from that point of view, when you look at it like that, and then you look at all these other things that happen in the FGC, like, you know, once again, Tekken Master stories and all that, it happens. It happens a lot in the FGC. So I can see why these players were panicking and being like, holy shit, I think this is happening to me right now. I think I'm getting scammed. So I think that's where the word scam comes from right here. Once again, I don't think that it was on Panther's side where he was like, yo, I'm gonna come into the scene and just get all this money, because obviously that wasn't true. But it comes more from the point of view where people just felt like he was doing them dirty. That's what we can pick up from most of it that's being displayed anyway. But Panther wasn't done. He actually posted another video, I think it was like just yesterday or a day ago. We're gonna play some clips right here. Check it out.
All right, we did have a couple of pending flaws, I guess, but it came out to the final month, bro. Literally, we did not have any issues until the final month. You've received your first month salary, second month came third month. If you guys want everything out there, since he already posted and put everything out there, I would be more than glad to explain everything. So yeah, by the third month, salaries were delayed up until now. And at some certain point, my team were not going to get paid but 50% of their salaries. Alright, the reason why, since everything is going to be out there, the reason was that, let's say, half of the team members or the team players I had did not comply with the contract that I had up for them and pay everybody 50% for the final month. Until when I approached my team, told them that this was going to happen, they didn't take it really well, but not as bad as Slayer. I mean, look at what happened. I sleep, I wake up, I find the man telling me that if you don't give me what you owe me with my salary, I will take this public. Really? This comes out from a fucking personal fucking player on your team? Really? Does it come up to this, man? Does it come up to this, people? I mean, keep it personal, bro. Look at the other players. Look at the other team members. Everyone is getting paid now. Right now as we speak, I am back on the scene. It's not like, bro, if you took it public, I am gonna pay you, or actually it's gonna speed up the process by any means. It's not. I did have a couple of delays, bro, and you guys have to understand that the only thing I'm working with is a laptop. I don't have a fucking team here helping me out. Pay tens, if not hundreds, of players, man. It's only me. And then it became a hobby for me because I loved it, man. I loved being a part of the community. I loved the tournament's idea, the costs, the action that happened. What Slayer did, ladies and gentlemen, was absolutely, absolutely, absolutely low. And look at how my other players approached me. They just actually reached out to me. They're like, bro, we need to talk one on one. It's like, sure, bro, what's good? It's like, bro, I feel this way. 1, 2, 3. All right, we cleared everything out, just like gentlemen between each other as a team, by telling me that you're gonna take this public. If it's gonna speed up the process by any mean whatsoever, nah, man, you're fucking wrong, bro. And you just actually missed out on your payment, bro. Just like what happened with Combat before, bro. I can't let people keep dissing me, calling me a clown, calling me a fraud. People, I did not gain anything from any one of y'all, period.
This is the only part that I don't get right here is there's a part where he says, possibly in the video, but there's also some tweets where he says, he tells the players that call him out, like, because you called me out, now you're gonna have to wait even longer for your payment. Now you're gonna wait 5 months. How about that? You know, basically he's taking it personal and throwing it back to them. And I get that, you know, there's feelings, there's emotions involved. He feels betrayed and stuff like that, but that's not business. You know what I'm saying? That's not proper business etiquette. Where like, if I have a contract, if you won something, if this money is basically owed to you, you shouldn't, as a business owner, get the right to dangle that. You know what I'm saying? You're basically playing with that, dangling as a carrot. Like, you get it now? No, you're gonna get it here. You're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really, that it just seems like a shitty business ethic to like throw it in the player's face, deserving player's face, just because you don't like the way they're coming at you when you should have paid them at a certain date. And once again, we're not just going to be one-sided, because on the channel I like to show both sides just to open up the conversation so you guys get to decide. There's also players in the community and on his team that said, we don't really know where this is coming from because he has always paid us and he has always paid us on time. There's other players that came out and said, yes, he has been late with the money, but anytime we talked to him, he was open and he actually did pay the money. Matter of fact, he's paid me everything that he's owed. So when you think about it like that, I mean, it's like, okay, well, what is this? What is really happening here? You know what I'm saying? I think what it comes down to is just the lack of communication. Panther makes a good point when he says, yo, I started this as a hobby. This is my own personal money, inheritance, if you will, not really sure. But I think where this stems from, the root of this is a lack of communication. Because if you've ever been in the spot where you were owed some money and it wasn't paid out to you on time, or you felt like the person was ignoring you, you're instantly gonna feel this weird kind of fucked over feeling and you're gonna get upset. So I get that. So there it is once again, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you feeling. I know a lot of people have strong feelings about this either way. And there's still something that remains to be seen, because there's still definitely players that are loyal to him and like, yo, he's a good guy. And then, like I said, there's players on the opposite side like, no, he's not. So with that being said, today is what, Saturday? So next time we'll post is going to be Monday. Checking them buttons. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you forever. See you soon. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
You know what? I'm really sorry. Like, I'm really playing with you. I believe you're talented.
Okay, well, thank you. If you're telling the truth.
You're welcome. I mean it.
Okay, well, I mean it too. It means a lot for me coming from you.
Really?
No.